All right. I don't think anybody is on yet, but we are. Oh, hey, Savage Batman. How are you? All right. We got that audio secured from my stream. I'm doing pretty good, Savage. So, Savage, what are you all into? You got hobbies or? Well, thank you for liking and sharing out the stream. I appreciate it, sir. I'm actually finishing up right now an actual project for work, and then I got an SCX 24 right here that I'm going to I got to tear into it and check out for some binding issues on it, and that's what the streams are gonna. It says my hobby's gaming. I like to play video games and collect stuff. Sweet. What kind of video games are you into? Let's see. You play sport games and first-person shooter games. Oh, okay. I'm not a huge gamer, but my kids are. Pretty much the only thing I like. Red Dead Redemption 2. I have it for both my my Xbox One, and then I also have it on this PC, my computer. So I kind of like to play both of those. It's really the extent of my gaming, but I do have quite a few kids and friends that spend a lot of time on video games. A couple of them actually even have gaming channels. All right, now I can get this put away. Okay. Here. I guess I can close this door here. That way we don't get any noise from the kids. Let's see here. So Savage says I've also got some music CDs I collect over the last few years. Oh, cool. So you got a kind of wide variety of hobbies. My primary hobbies, as you can see on the back wall here, is my RCs, but I do woodworking. I do pretty much tinkering with electronics. I build computers. There's pretty much a lot of things that I know how to do when it comes down to it. What you were just sawing is I have a vinyl printer over here, and I printed out my logo for SK Hobbies and do it on a water bottle. I did some with my work logo for some guys at work because they wanted water bottles. So I did that up for them, and that's pretty much the extent of it. Oh, hey, Harlan. How you doing, buddy? Savage Batman, Harlan there, that's my oldest son. He's stationed in Alaska. He is one of my gamers. He's the guy that plays any kind of video game, and knows a lot about them. So this of what I'm working on right now is one of the builds that I had, my hard body build. I did the first run on it. It ran pretty good, but the motor got heated up quite a bit on the run. I don't know if it had to do with temperature out there. It was about 93 degrees when I did the run on this one. But what I'm doing is I want to check the drivetrain here to see that I don't have any binding inside of my my axles, including the differential or the worm gear in here. So I just want to make sure that I'm not getting any binding in it to elude that being a problem. Need to grab a pair of tweezers. All right, Harlan says, all right, I'm in my room, packing up, getting my room ready. Yeah, I'm technically a tech savvy and love video games, big nerd. Yeah. So yeah, Savage, my son Harlan is one of my, I guess, four boys that I have that do nothing but play video games. I don't really count my youngest. He's turning into a gamer, but he's still got some growing up to do. He's only 9. But I do have my stepson, which is a little bit older than Harlan, does a lot of gaming also. Why that's not coming out. Okay. All right. So not really a lot going on. I just figured I was going to do a little bit of wrenching, and figured I'd jump on a live stream and see what everybody else is up to. None of the YouTubers I'm following right now have any live streams. I got caught up on Poker Rossi's stream from Sunday that I missed, and Nitro's stream is another guy that I follow, Savage, that is he does more than just RCs. He does a lot of I guess talking throughout the YouTube world and dealing with how to grow a channel and stuff like that. So if you haven't checked him out, you should check him out. I think, Savage, I met you yesterday on Brooklyn's stream, right? So yeah, Savage. Harlan doesn't really have a YouTube channel that he's streaming from. His younger brother does have a YouTube channel, but I really don't. I don't see a lot of traction on his channel when it comes to streaming games. He does do some streaming where he's streaming a game, but I don't even think Harlan will really promote his brother's channel. I tried to set through one of his streams and it was boring for me. I feel that when you have a gaming channel and you're doing a stream, there's got to be an objective that you're trying to accomplish while you're playing the game, whether it's just an easy objective of having just, we're just fun, we're going to go mess around, or, you know, if you're playing like a game like Minecraft or something like that, you've got to have a, some kind of goal in mind of what you're, attempting to game on or to do. And I just don't see that on my son's channel. He changes his aspects of what he's doing in midstream, like the title of his video. And I've tried talking to him about it. He don't really listen too well to his dad. He knows best. All right, we're going to start with this rear end here. All right, Harlan, when I get back and get my PC, I will probably start going into streaming. Yep. No, I'm pretty sure you will. When you get back, you're going to be helping me with this channel too. Speaking of that gaming computer, that computer that you left here, surprisingly, is actually better than the gaming computer that Landon, your brother, brought over for me to work on. There's just some issues. I think we need a new motherboard for it. That motherboard is it's like a Dell one-off build motherboard, and it does not like to connect up anything. Like that case that you have for it does not mate up with the power switch, so you got to have that extra power cable just dangling there, which is not really a good thing. And the heat sink that is in there is corroded. I removed it, tried to get it to clean up a little bit, and with my luck, it's just not cleaning up good. So, but the processor seems pretty good. The graphics card would work. It's not the greatest graphics card. I think it's only a 2 gigabyte graphics card that's in it. But like I said, it's still better than the graphics card that, or not graphics card, but the build that your brother had. Let's see if I can get some more light here. Hopefully this doesn't kill it too much. See what it does to my lighting. Hopefully it's not too bright for you guys. Yeah, definitely there's some things that we can upgrade on it to get that up and running. We can find another I want to say it's an 1155 socket. I did not turn my phone volume off. I'll try that now. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, there's some, we can find a new motherboard for it and get a new heat sink and, you know, upgrade the RAM. The RAM's only got 8 gigs of RAM in it, so we could probably get you some new RAM with a different motherboard. And then that one should be good to go. I actually have it. It's setting right over there. I just got to do some research and figure out what kind of motherboard we need to get. And we'll go from there. All right, let's see what we got here. A little on the blind side, so let's see what we got here. What our gearing is. That would be the problem. I believe I have the wrong gearing in the rear end here. So this is a overdrive gear that I put in here. So apparently I grabbed the wrong gear out of the box. So we're going to swap that out. This is actually an overdrive, a 2x13. That's supposed to be put on the front end. So that would probably be the reason why it was causing some overheating on the motor. Hey, what's up, Thompson? Thanks for stopping by. I'm working on my SCX24 today. Trying to pop my chat out here. All right. Okay, so I think I found my issue, and now that we're going to get that out of here. So I think this was my problem with the overheating, is I had the wrong gearing in the rear end. So this is actually an overdrive gear, and it should be a regular. Now I got to figure out where I put my parts. Let's see what we got here. There's a regular one right there. All right. So I picked these up off of eBay. These are just some stock NX, or it looks like NHX parts for the SCX24, and it's just some stock gearing. So we will go with that in there. Yeah, no problem, Thompson. I'm just glad you stopped by. You do what you got to do. We'll see you in a little while. All right. Let's get this back in here. Okay, it does have... Has the O-ring on the end. Get that put back in. Get this. Now, drop that back in. And we'll get these lined up. Okay. And oh, looks like I'm bent there. Let's get a new one of those bad boys out. Somewhere I've got one of those. Yep, I got some right here. Get new rear drive shaft. So I'll show you guys what I just found. I made it. Welcome in, Alan. So I noticed that this guy is bent. Hopefully you guys can see that on camera. So we're going to put a brand new one on there. that may have been caused by that gearing issue of having the overdrive gear on the rear. Would not surprise me at all. And now I need my grease. And we'll put a little additional grease in here. Get that back on. Looks like Savage is saying hi to everybody. Not quite sure on how long I'm going to be running the live for, but at least to get this bad boy fixed. There it is for you, Alan. I said bad boy again. Now, with working on these small SCX 24s, I really don't use Loctite for my screws. Reason behind it is that it's just they're so small screws. Why risk it getting too bound up? I've got plenty of hardware to replace them, and you know, I use stainless steel hardware, and a lot of this, like this is brass, that's brass. I really don't want it binding up and becoming a problem. So when it comes down to it, I really don't use a lot of Loctite on it. There's the screw. Now, that done. Oh, crap. Need to get these put into place. And I forgot to. Gotta put. There are two screws that hold the washer bearing there that holds that into place so the drive shafts stay in, just like that. And what I just saw was I tipped it on its side and it fell out, and of course the drive shaft and washer and bearing come flying out. Not good, but it actually went in pretty easy. Went back into place. It's not easy. The end of those drive shafts, getting it lined up with that gear inside of there can be a pain in the butt sometimes. So if you ever are working on something that's small like that, just have patience with it. I may be making it look easy to work on them, but I've built so many of these and messed around with them and took them apart. All right. issue is found. All right, what's going on in the chat? Nothing much. All right, so now let's put the rear end back together. We'll start with this guy here. A little bit. No binding. I gotta put the pen back in. Get that to white. There it goes. You want to make sure you don't got any binding on these two. And you'll feel it because you'll feel the rubbiness. You just want to know that they rock back and forth really easy. You should be able to just, with the tip of your finger, move them. Stay up. Looks like we got 7 people in the chat. Well, I appreciate everybody stopping by. These are the +5 millimeter extensions that I use, and these are the weighted ones for the front, and they just basically go in place of your hexes, and it basically extends it out that +5, and then you have your wheel that goes on the end of it. Now with doing that, you've got to utilize one of these little screw. They're basically a hollow screw on the inside that gets that extension for you. I guess they're a form of a nut, but they're not as last one. If we can get it, we will try with the tweezers. These things are really tiny. And what they are is just a little pin that goes through the shaft that creates a T for you. So they're kind of like a drive pin. Or I guess it would be an axle pin if I were to drop them. We're going to chalk that one up as a loss, and I'm just going to get a new one. Because I have a bunch of them in here. See, I got a whole kit of them. So whenever you buy... Oh, welcome back, Thompson. No worries. So every time I buy, these hex extensions, or I'll buy tires, the rims, it always comes with a bunch of the little pins. So I always have a whole bunch more. So if I drop one, I have carpet underneath me. And with that being said, I am not going to go digging through the carpet to find it. That's my son's job with the magnet before my wife vacuums. Where'd the pen go now? There it is. I guess one of these days I'm just going to give in and I'll start wearing my glasses. Till then, we will struggle. The struggle is real. Or I get me a better pair of tweezers. We got it. We're good. Nailed it. Tire on. And put the screw in. That's the wrong one. Yeah, that's the right one. Still a little loose. There we go. Put that back away. For my SCX 24s, I got this nice little kit that I put together. I don't buy my hardware for any of my RCs in like an RC kit. I buy all my screws separately in bulk and create my own little kits like that. Seems like it's cheaper that way, and I can get some better hardware. Let me grab a battery for this. And controller. Let's see how it works.
Welcome to Noble Pro.
This is the. This might be the wrong one. It's my other controller. There it is. Sounds a lot better. What's causing that? Well, that was strange. Makes me wonder if it's because of this wire here is pinched. So I think it's that wire. It moved again. All right, so it looks like I'll probably end up having to fix this wire. Maybe I'll put some heat shrink over the top of all of them just so it doesn't interfere with the... So because this is an outrunner motor, the wiring is touches it every once in a while. So I gotta protect that wire. But the grinding is gone. All right, she is ready to get back on the course. All right. Well, welcome in, Latoya. Sorry, I didn't see that you jumped in the chat. Welcome to the chat. I appreciate all new people coming in and supporting the channel.
Signal lost. Shutting down.
What brings you to the channel, Latoya? All right. You're very interested in my chat host. Are you talking about the service that I use? I mean, oh, I'm using StreamYard for my live streaming. All right. Let's see here. 8 people watching. Appreciate you guys. Is there any topics anybody wants to talk about? Hey Thompson, how's your Blackfoot build going? I see your little sneak peek pictures that you put up in your I guess it's your community tab. It's kind of looking pretty good from what I can see. All right. What else do I got to work on? Put this bad boy away. The hybrid outlaw frame. Ran it today. It was just on the video to upload. Oh, sweet. I am excited to see that video. I want to see what you did to it. You're probably going to make me want one now. What is the hybrid outlaw frame? Is that the fifth scale stuff? Is that kind of like what Nitro built? I think that was his. He has the hybrid outlaw, right? Yeah, that if it is that one, that hybrid outlaw, you can put a pretty big motor in that thing. That's the one that Taylor RC makes. That is definitely a bucket list item right there to have. I'm sure Alan's going to say the same thing, that Alan is a go big or go home type guy anyway. So. And actually, Thompson, Alan in the chat is one that we're right now in the planning phase for, what did Alan say? All the pretty aluminum sparkles and whispers my name. Yes, it does. I've seen your eyes twinkle when we talk about the aluminum parts. Alan's wants to build the ultimate fifth scale gas RC, and he's got some super secret ideas that he wants to do with it that I can't disclose right now, but he's got some plans on the future once we get one built. We're still looking at whether or not we're going to start off with a 5T for that, or if we're going to be moving along and just getting the outlaw and dropping the biggest motor that we can. It's all stock. I have my buddy Dennis at Trail Crawler RC do a hydro dip on it, and it's the one with the Marvel character. Oh, sweet. So you think you're going to get that video edited and uploaded today, so we'll be able to see it tomorrow, or you still got a couple of days out before you're going to get the video up? Yep. So Thompson Allen is gonna have me build it. So we'll see the videos on my channel, and then we've got some plans to. We want to try it out on the street. We're going to try it out in grass. We're going to take it to the desert and try it on dirt and rock. And then we're going to move forward and probably take it out to the dunes and put some dune tires on it. Yes, Alan, I haven't disclosed that aspect of it yet, that he's going to start with an electric. It seems a cheaper buy-in to see if it's something I want to continue with a project. So Thompson, actually, you want to see his first project that we're going to work on. It's sitting in my shop right now. Oh. Oof. Alan is buying my Outcast 8S that I did the build on. So this is going to go through a transformation into more aluminum. So we're going to look at doing some custom aluminum stuff that Alan's going to work on, and then we're also going to be buying some M2C Racing, and if I can convince him, the gearing from Vitatron, and we're going to put that in there. I know Vitatron makes some really good aluminum shock towers for it, and it also makes the bulkheads that are aluminum for it too. And then they pretty much have a bulletproof transmission case and the whole diff gears, the inside, the big pinion gear on the outside of it, and drive cups. So we'll see. It's going to take a little while to get everything going on it, but it's going to be a good build, and we're going to do probably a whole build series on it all the way up to completion on the electric side. First things first, we'll have to get it out and get some video of Alan playing with it the way it is once he fully owns it, and we'll go from there. It'll definitely be a good time. I think it'll be fun. I'm pretty sure he's going to enjoy it. And like the rest of us, once we buy a really good RC and get moving forward with it, it becomes highly addictive. And then you start chasing the speed, and you start chasing the big jumps, and then you start chasing the drifting, and all you can do with them. It's just freaking awesome. At least it's not a boat. What's wrong with boats? I want a boat. Actually, I want to build an RC submarine and put it in my swimming pool, like a hobby grade submarine. Speaking of that, Thompson, you should drop your link in here just in case Alan wants to see your channel and what you do. You should drop your link in it, and I will. I can pin it too, I think. We'll try. Or either you drop it or I can go drop your link. Ah, there you go. Now I should be able to pin it. There. So don't forget to check out Thompson's RC. Thompson's been a very huge supporter of my channel from pretty much the beginning, and he does a lot of great content. I really was interested in. He did a lot with this company Rolaro and with these speed runs by trying to get these things to go faster. And actually, he won. I shouldn't say won, but he placed up there pretty good on one of their competitions, and they actually gave him a free RC out of it. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, At least it's not a boat. Break out another 1,000. Oh, you might be getting into the wrong hobby, Alan. Because this is not a cheap hobby when you start getting into those big ones. Like some of the small ones that me and Thompson started with, they weren't that bad. They're, $300-400, and they pretty much out of the box, was pretty decent. And we bashed the heck out of them and just replaced, $20-30 parts here and there and moving forward. But unless you go into, super big, like the M2C stuff that I did on, like that red one and the blue one that I showed you today, and then my wife's Outcast 8S, and putting all of that aluminum stuff on it can get pretty expensive. They got a new car going 162 miles per hour already. Holy crud. That's crazy. And that's a Rolaro? Rolaro. See. Is it the carbon fiber one? The one that looks like a freaking speed racer? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, my goodness. Here, Alan, I'll drop the link in the chat for you. Yeah, click on that link. It can bash at an amazing speed at 200 kilometers per hour on the road and light off-road surfaces. Oh, you did get one, but you didn't get it in the speed challenge yet? Well, it is a 1/10 scale. Oh, it looks like Nitro just posted I think it's a short about his run today. Let's see. Oh, no, this is the one I saw earlier. Got it. Yeah, him and Jeremy T and Hot Rod are having a blast playing with their gas RCs. Yeah, Alan, only $300 to start with that thing, but it's look at all the carbon fiber on that thing. That's a lot of carbon fiber. How rigid is their carbon fiber been, Thompson? Because didn't the one that you won have some carbon fiber on it? Holy crud. There looks like there's plenty of room to expand on this thing. Like where they got the battery just on the one side and the whole other side looks like it's the motor and the ESC. So you're only limited by the space of the size of your motor and shifting your ESC, it looks like you could probably shift it a little bit. And move that over. Oh, yeah, you got all kinds of room on that plate. Yeah, you can move the ESC and, I mean, not the servo, but you could move the ESC and turn it sideways and have plenty of room to put a bigger motor in there and get that thing ripping. Little buggy held up when I crashed it during that speed run challenge. Yeah, I remember seeing you wreck it that one time. That was. I'm waiting for more video on your drag racer that you got when you got that. What was it? The Losi DR10. I believe that's the one that you got. Yeah, I'm sure you could probably add a second battery in it, put them in parallel with each other and pull more amperage out of it. What does it run on? Is it run on 2S? All right, so it comes. Okay, so it runs on a 2S battery. So being 10th scale, you could probably upgrade that motor to an ESC to like a hobby wing and pull 3S out of it. Yeah, it's the DR10 that I saw that you were doing some speed runs on. Oh, you're saying it is 4S capable? I haven't gotten all the way down on the specs on it yet. Kind of wonder if they get a little bit of crap because their batteries that the Rolaros sell, they look so similar in design, I guess picture-wise, to the Traxxas LiPo batteries. I wonder if they run across any issues on how their battery looks. So where does it talk about the ESC? Key features. Talks about the battery. Ready to run, fully assembled, everything you need, as well as a 2S. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on. Oh, hold on. I found another tab you can click for specifications. Powerful brushless motor. Temperature sensing lines to the ESC for accurate temperature. Doesn't talk about. Wow, so they actually have an 8th scale differential, center differential in this thing. Oh, it's 120 amp ESC. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, it should pull 4S on it. I'm just not seeing it in their description on their website. At least not on the one that I picked. Oh, but I did just find the ESC where it does say 120 amp. Okay, 120 amp brushless waterproof ESC. Two to 4S capable. Yep. Well, that's freaking awesome. So with it being 120 amp ESC, you could pull pretty good on it. I guess most of the Spectrum stuff now is all up to the 150 amp ESCs, but But still, the 120s, that's what they originally started with in the ARMA 8Ss, was using 120 amp VSCs. Actually, I think they used less than that. I think they were at 100 amps, weren't they? But they were only those, the 100 amps, I believe, were in their 3Ss. And then their 6Ss were running 120s until they came out with their new line, which came out with the 150 amp VSCs. Okay, so I see here they've got the AK 917 carbon fiber brushless on-road car ready to run. That one there is at 160 plus kilometers per hour, but you get up to the 200 plus kilometers per hour with their with the carbon fiber chassis roller, or you get the alloy roller. Wow, that carbon fiber chassis looks freaking sweet. You're thinking about getting the new 1/12 desert buggy that they released, but it's only on Amazon. I have not really looked at that. Let me see what they have for Volaro. Oh, surprising. They got a lot of Volaro. So you said desert buggy. Buggy. Let's see. It's a race buggy. Not seeing a desert buggy. See desert trucks. Oh, okay. So Rolaro calls it a desert truck. It's a 1/12 RC desert truck, and on their website it says that it's coming soon. They don't even have a picture of it on. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody posted a review. Oh, that thing looks sweet. Let's see what Volaro desert truck. Oh, they do have it. So the one on Amazon looks like it says that it's a max of 45 miles per hour. Is that the one you're talking about? That looks pretty sweet. What size motor's in it? All right. So it says it'll reach a top speed of 38 miles per hour on 2S and 4S. Oh, 45 plus miles per hour on 4S. Now that's funny because it says in the description that it says reach a top speed of 38 miles per hour on 2S and 45 plus miles per hour on 3S. But 3S battery is not included. So which one do you think you'd get? You're going to get the one that looks more like I guess they call it the yellow, but it's like a yellowish orange, or they got the purple one? Oh, it's the same chassis as WL Toys one? Oh, it's got a whole... Oh, it's a whole metal fabricated structure under there that it's showing in the picture. So the whole drivetrain's all metal. Huh. Oh, you're going to get the yellow one? Cool. How's your studio coming along, Thompson? You getting close to being able to do a live stream yourself? They're like a mix between the WL Toys and the LC race cars. Oh, okay. It looks pretty cool. It looked like it'd be fun to run it. Definitely would be interesting to see what it does for the motor. I'm always thinking about what motor I can upgrade something to. Oh, I missed yours, Alan. Who manufactures the best electric motor? Not really the fastest, but the most reliable. So that's technically, that can be a trick question. When it comes to who makes the best motor, because you'll have a lot of people that will be on, I mean, you got Spectrum stuff, which is really apparently good in the crawling world. I've never really cared for them in a basher style rig. But you know, you have Castle Creations that makes motors and ESCs, and then you also have Hobby Wing that makes motors and ESCs, and then there's some local US companies like which actually Castle is a US company, but just Holmes Hobbies makes some good motors too, but most of his stuff is geared more towards the crawler world and into the market of like rock racers. Well, congratulations, Bubs. My son just got promoted today in the Army. Sweet. Alan, I was just thinking dirt in the bearings and dirt wearing, or in the bearings wearing out, but I really don't know the expected lifespan of them. It all depends. They are sealed bearings in them. And most of the top manufacturers, you're able to, like Castle and Hobby Wing, there's 2 screws on the backside that you can, you take the screws out. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 4, and you can pull it apart and replace the bearings in them. I've done that actually a couple of times on my Spectrum systems because those bearings I've worn them out and had to replace them. So getting back to who makes the best motor, it is, on perspective. In my mind, the top 2 basher motor, I guess, competitors would be Hobby Wing or Castle. I own both styles. Some of the big complaints about Castle motors is people claim that they run hot. A lot of people also don't like to run censored motors in their bashers. I haven't really found an issue with any of the ones that I run a censored motor on, although Castle does have the Monster 2 ESC that is a sensorless ESC, so you don't need to have the sensor wire connected. And you can run any of their motors pretty much on that ESC. But there are a couple of off brands out there like Hobby Star. And I know there's another one that I'm forgetting the name of. But Surpass makes motors too, but they're pretty to me, it was a pretty generic motor. So when it comes down to my bashers, I'm either buying a Hobby Wing or a Castle. I've had both big motors like 1650 and above motors that are both a Castle and a Hobby Wing, and I've really not seen a difference. I do see a little bit of the heating issues that people say with the Castle systems, but it's nothing that can't be controlled with putting cooling fans on that you're going to run anyways. So when I go, when I wanted to go big in my fifth scale, Alan, I bought the 800. I guess it's a 800 kV motor is what I put into that fifth scale. Now they have bigger ones that you can put in there, but I went with Hobby Wing for that. I've not had any issues with my Hobby Wings. I've not actually had any issues with my Castle systems either. I had to put cooling fans on my Castle system, like my wife's Outcast. I have cooling fans on top of the motor. But even bashing in 90-degree weather with my Creighton XL, the blue one right here, that's running a Hobby Wing. It's got the Hobby Wing 2200 kV motor in it, 2250 kV motor in it. And I haven't really had to have any cooling fans on it to really cool the motor. It's pretty much been fine just by itself. The other big motor I have is the orange one, which is right here, and that is a Castle system in there, and that's got the 1650 kV motor, and it's running the Monster X 8S ESC in it, and I can run up to 8S in that bad boy up there. And that one I have cooling fans on that motor just because it does get a little bit warm to the touch, and that's one thing you want to be cautious about when you're bashing an electric RC is your motor temperatures and keeping track of that. So because my the motor temps would get, kind of hot to the touch on the finger when it's like 70 degrees outside and I'm running it up and down the street, which is more of a perfect environment than running in grass or dirt, I put cooling fans on it. So the fifth scale Outcast, I've never had an issue with heating on it, and I've ran it in 95-degree weather at a bash, super sending it off of the ramp, no issues, and I haven't had any heating issues with it. So looking at, the two brands, there are people that'll tell you one brand's better than the other. Needless to say, the Hobby Wing stuff is made in China. And then you have, I think it's China or Hong Kong or something like that. The Castle systems are made here in the U.S. At least they're designed here in the U.S. I'm not sure if their manufacturing plant. Thompson's probably closer to them than I am to tell you if they're actually working they're actually still produced here in the United States. But who knows what COVID had brought to us. Let's see how many people we still got. We got 8 people still watching in the chat. We got 8 thumbs up. I appreciate that. So, Alan, if you were to ask me what motor, to go to, I probably would go and look for another hobby wing just on the success I've had with the heat coming from the hobby wing. I'm not sure. I don't think Spectrum makes one bigger than the 800 kV. But the Spectrum system, I had a bad experience with one of my Spectrums, and I just never went back to it. We had a fire in my wife's Black Betty from a Spectrum ESC that was fairly new, and it was the ESC that caught on fire, not the motor, not the battery. It blew out the side of the ESC and pretty much melted the ESC. Now, all I lost in that was the ESC. When I tested the motor was fine. The steering servo was setting right next to it. It had a little scorching on it, but no issues with the steering servo. It still works today. Matter of fact, it's the same servo that's in my son's Blue Outcast up there because I replaced his servo. I put that servo in there, and it still works good. Servo-wise, I really, really enjoy Reefs RC servos. Not had any issues with those servos. There are other companies that I have bought in the past. MKS, I bought some of their servos for my crawlers, and they work pretty dang good. But my 2 younger kids in their RCs have my MKS servos, and I've got Reef servos in all of mine and my wife's RCs now. Trying to think of anything else. What other questions you got, Alan? Oh, you did order in Vendetta the other day from Horizons, Christmas in July. Oh, so you got a Vendetta coming. That'll be pretty sweet, Thompson. I'd like to see that one run. You're going to have your own little road card collection now that you got that, you have the DR10, and then you got the Low C22S. Got both of those, and so now you're going to add the Vendetta into it. So now you got your road car, and you got your 2 drag cars. Yeah, I'm actually looking at rehoming a couple of my my RCs to create some additional projects. The Felony, I haven't really done a video on it, but I did upgrade a bunch on the Felony. I'll probably get that video put together this week. And but I went and put a whole bunch of carbon fiber on it. So we'll get that video going and get that up. And I got to go take and do a test drive on it. Send it around, and then I'm probably going to put that one up for sale and move forward on my next big project. My next big project is going bigger. I'm going to go 5th scale gas, along with I know Alan eventually is going to go to. We're going to start working on his gas project after we figure out if he likes the RC world or not with the Outcast 8S. But all right. So $200 you couldn't pass up. Yeah. Oh, they have that Losi drag truck on sale for $149. It's not bad. It's not bad. The Vendetta for $200. That's a smoking deal. It's a nice little car. You know, the one that I wanted I wanted that Hoonigan from Team Associated. That Hoonigan, not the car, but the truck, the Hoonigan truck. That's the one that I wanted. I thought that would have been a cool little road car. That would be pretty cool. But all right, I think the DBXL is on sale as well. Yeah. The Losi DBXL, I think, is a pretty good rig too. I actually wanted the electric one back in the day. I wanted the DBXLE. And I was toying with the idea of getting the DBXLE, or I was going to get the Outcast 8S, and I ended up getting the Outcast 8X and doing that build instead of the DBXL. But I think I'm going to probably go with building a Losi 5T. Not sure if I'm going to buy it brand new, or if I'm going to. There's, I think, 5 or 6 of them up for sale on OfferUp here in the Phoenix Valley for right around $900. So I might be picking up one of those and moving forward from there on that. And that way I can just do all the upgrades I want from there. And I'd be able to do the upgrades over time. Yeah, Associated's got some pretty good stuff. There's only a couple of things I would want from them, but like that Hoonigan road car or road truck would be cool. I definitely was not impressed with their brand Elements 24 scale that they created, the little their 24 scale trucks. I don't think that they did really good on the market. Not something that was running on a 1S battery. There was too much upgrades. I think Axial cornered that market with the SCX 24 and how well it operated. But all right, Thompson, I will probably see you in someone else's live stream here today. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure one of the people we're following is going to do a live today. Would not be surprised if we don't see Jeremy T and Nitro and Hot Rod jump into a live stream tonight. That would be cool, either tonight or tomorrow. I think that's going to be an awesome live stream there too. But I am going to go ahead and cut this one. I did everything I needed to do, running out of things to talk about. And I appreciate you showing up, Thompson, Alan, Harlan, and not sure if Savage, you're still in here or not, but I appreciate you showing up. But all right. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Stitch, SK Hobbies AZ, and I'm out.